You are born into a world where your future is decided by someone else's desperation. Your father cannot feed the family. Harvests have failed. Taxes remain brutal. Hunger lingers in every corner of your home. Each winter feels longer than the last. Each meal feels smaller than the one before. In Ming Dynasty China, survival is not guaranteed, and for some families, there is only one desperate gamble left. They sacrifice a son in the hope of saving everyone else. You are taken to a small structure near the Forbidden City, a place few speak about openly, a place where boys become something society barely understands. Inside, the air smells of herbs, sweat, and fear. You are told to lie still. Your legs are tightly bound, your hands restrained. There is no ceremony, no honor, no glory, only the cold logic of survival. Hot pepper water burns your skin. It is the closest thing to anesthesia available. Then the blade comes down. One cut, everything removed, a future erased in seconds. The pain is immediate, blinding, endless. But the real danger comes after. Your body wants to heal. It tries to close every wound. A small tube is inserted to keep the urinary passage open. Without it, scar tissue will seal the body shut. Urine will build inside. Infection will follow. Death will be slow. You are given no food, no water, for days, because even swallowing could trigger fatal complications. You wait, weak, feverish, wondering if the gamble will cost your life. Many boys never leave this room alive. Some bleed too much. Some develop infections. Some simply never wake again. Families know the risks, but poverty forces impossible decisions. Because if a boy survives and enters the palace, everything changes. A single successful son can elevate an entire bloodline. Protection, money, status, security, all purchased with irreversible sacrifice. Your body begins to change in ways you cannot control. Without testosterone, your development follows a different path. Your limbs grow longer than expected. Your voice never deepens. Your muscles remain softer. Fat distributes in unfamiliar ways. Your appearance slowly shifts beyond the boundaries society understands. Some eunuchs grow unusually tall. Others appear fragile, even in adulthood. Your face retains youthful features longer than other men. Your bones continue lengthening years beyond normal puberty. Growth plates remain open longer, without hormonal signals to stop. Your proportions become different from most men of your time. Narrow shoulders, long arms, long legs, wider hips. A silhouette that feels unfamiliar in a rigid social order. People notice. They stare. They whisper. You exist outside traditional categories, so not fully accepted as male, never able to become a father, never able to restore family honor through descendants. Confucian philosophy teaches that the body is sacred, a gift from one's parents. To alter it is considered deeply immoral. Filial piety demands preservation of the body, continuity of the family line, production of sons, maintenance of ancestral rituals. Without descendants to tend your grave, your spirit is believed to wander forever. Hungry, forgotten, alone. You are seen as a violation of the natural order. Many families distance themselves from eunuch relatives, ashamed of the visible reminder of poverty. Society labels you incomplete, unnatural, unsettling. Yet biology is only part of the transformation. Psychology changes too. Inside the palace, observation becomes survival. You listen more than you speak. You watch more than you act. Power does not shout. Power whispers. Information flows quietly through corridors. Servants carry messages. Officials exchange favors. Ministers compete for influence. Every movement signals hidden meaning. Every conversation contains strategy. You learn to read expressions, tone, silence, timing. Because misunderstanding intentions inside the palace can destroy lives. Mistakes are dangerous. Misjudging alliances can be fatal. Eunuchs become experts in human behavior, masters of subtle signals, interpreters of unspoken conflict. These skills begin as survival mechanisms, but slowly they become instruments of power. Inside imperial walls, status operates differently. The emperor trusts eunuchs, more than ministers, more than generals, more than scholars. Because scholars come from powerful families, families create alliances. Alliances create competing loyalties. A minister may serve both emperor and clan. A general may command loyalty from armies. But eunuchs have no sons, no heirs, no family dynasties, no bloodlines to empower. Their existence depends entirely on imperial favor. Their loyalty is structurally guaranteed. They cannot rebel. They cannot create rival claims. Their survival depends on proximity to the throne, which makes them uniquely valuable. Eunuchs manage access to the emperor, control private communications, handle confidential documents, filter requests, regulate audiences. Information begins flowing through their hands. Knowledge accumulates quietly. Awareness becomes leverage. Some eunuchs rise higher, much higher. Certain positions control all official documents entering the imperial court. Others command intelligence networks similar to secret police, investigating corruption, monitoring officials, interrogating suspects, arresting nobles, influencing judicial outcomes. Their authority expands beyond ceremonial roles. They shape decisions behind closed doors. The same society that once rejected them now fears them. Their limitation becomes advantage. Their exclusion becomes strategic positioning. Their silence becomes influence. But power alone cannot solve one problem: legacy. Without children, who will remember you? Who will maintain your tomb? Who will perform rituals for your spirit? Traditional belief holds that ancestors require offerings from descendants. Without these rituals, the spirit risks becoming a hungry ghost, restless, unsettled, eternally wandering. For a society deeply rooted in ancestral continuity, this fear is profound. So eunuchs develop an alternative solution. They construct spiritual families. Using immense wealth accumulated through imperial service, eunuchs fund Buddhist mortuary temples. These temples function as engineered continuity. Land is purchased, buildings constructed, monks supported financially for generations. In return, monks perform ritual offerings indefinitely. Prayers replace sons. Incense replaces bloodlines. Architecture replaces biological inheritance. Through religious patronage, eunuchs create artificial lineage systems, communities dedicated to preserving their memory. Temples become retirement centers for aging eunuchs, providing care unavailable elsewhere. Support networks emerge among individuals excluded from traditional family structures. Shared experience forms new bonds. Identity becomes collective rather than hereditary. Stone structures become anchors of remembrance. Some temples endure for centuries, long after emperors fade from memory, long after dynasties collapse. The men society once rejected engineer permanence. One eunuch exemplifies this transformation. Chen Ju, born into hardship, castrated as a child, raised within palace institutions, he demonstrates intelligence early, discipline, strategic awareness. Over time, he rises through the hierarchy, eventually controlling the directorate of ceremonial. This office manages communication with the emperor. Every petition, every policy, every administrative decision passes through this channel. Simultaneously, Chen Ju commands the Eastern Depot, an organization feared throughout government, responsible for intelligence gathering, interrogations, internal security, control over information, control over enforcement. Together, these roles create extraordinary concentration of influence. Yet Chen Ju becomes respected even among scholars. He studies Confucian classics, supports artistic development, encourages education. He demonstrates intellectual capability equal to elite officials, challenging assumptions about eunuchs, redefining expectations. His greatest achievement lies in legacy design. Chen Ju blends multiple philosophical traditions. His mortuary temple incorporates Buddhist symbolism representing spiritual enlightenment. Taoist architectural alignment harmonizes spatial energy. Geomantic positioning integrates cosmic balance. Confucian recognition legitimizes institutional memory. Three traditions converge in one memorial structure. When Chen Ju dies, he is found seated upright in meditation posture. Officials interpret this as spiritual attainment. He is described as having achieved enlightenment. Funeral rites incorporate Buddhist ceremony. Imperial authorities authorize high honors. State rituals elevate his status. Offerings occur at prestigious ceremonial altars, traditionally reserved for imperial figures. A man once considered socially incomplete receives recognition across multiple belief systems: Buddhism, Taoism, Confucian state tradition. His legacy transcends boundaries that once excluded him. He transforms marginalization into permanence. The story of eunuchs challenges assumptions about power. Power does not always come from physical strength, or noble birth, or traditional family roles. Sometimes power emerges from adaptation, from navigating constraints, from transforming disadvantage into specialization. Eunuchs experienced extreme bodily control, severe social stigma, permanent biological consequences. Yet many shaped political institutions, influenced imperial governance, constructed enduring religious complexes. Their altered biology contributed indirectly to scientific understanding of human development. Observations of hormonal differences helped early physicians understand the endocrine system. Knowledge later applied in modern medicine. Treatments for hormonal disorders, cancer therapies, metabolic research. Scientific insight extracted from lives often ignored by traditional narratives. Their existence influenced fields far beyond palace walls: political history, religious architecture, medical science, social theory, all shaped in part by individuals denied conventional identity. Their lives reveal a deeper pattern. Societies categorize individuals based on perceived limitations: biology, origin, status, conformity. Yet history repeatedly demonstrates adaptability. Constraints become catalysts. Exclusion creates specialization. Limitation inspires innovation. Eunuchs could not produce heirs, so they constructed institutions that outlived generations. They could not establish family names, so they carved identity into architecture. They could not secure legacy through blood, so they purchased permanence through design. Their bodies were altered, but their influence endured. Their memory preserved through stone, through ritual, through institutions that continued long after their lifetimes ended. History rarely remembers the powerless. Yet sometimes, those denied everything learn to understand systems more deeply than anyone else, and in understanding them, learn how to reshape them entirely.